Bang you out, blood, innit? You get me? Translation. Look here, young scallywag. If you don't desist... Just as I needed to cough. If you don't desist from your beastly behaviour, I shall be left with no alternative but to give you a proper cuffing, as I've studied... for Christ's sake. The Marquis of Queensberry himself. Widely and incorrectly believed to have originated from the 2004 hit film The Football Factory. Its earliest recorded usage, in fact, dates back to the first edition of Enid Blyton's first published work. I got that wrong, didn't I? Enid Blyton's first published work. I guess. Work, Child Whisperers. The phrase was removed from all later editions, following the Mandrake affair and subsequent court case.
Joke of the week.
What's orange, white and brown and goes up and down?
We don't know. What's orange, white and brown and goes up and down?
Dean Lewington in a lift stroking a marmoset.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Secklow Sounds, because you have no friends and no life.
Which is very true. Question of the week update. What's that? You got it, okay. As a reminder, the question of the week this week was, complete the following sentence. The only thing better than being top of the league is... We've had a number of other suggestions in so far. I've got Carl from MK1 says me. Mick from Emerson Valley says Gary Newman. James Smith says being top of the league in May. I think he may have mentioned that before as well. Matt Baker, no, not that one, says still being there on the 25th of April at 5 p.m. I'm pleased Matt's still talking to us because I haven't played that Meridian track he asked for a long time ago.
I should try, Matt. I should try.
And Lieutenant Dan says being second as well, which I actually quite like that. The only thing better than being top is being top and second, which is pretty good. Oh, my word, yeah, okay.
I've got one text here from George and Albrook who says, sorry, the MooCamp Radio Show.
Oh, well done, George.
Ah, yes, I see where it was. I was just thinking, what an odd text, but now I understand what he's doing. Yeah, that's cool.
Send sweets and money next time. They're much more appreciated.
Paul Harris, who's not his first time listener, I think, he says, thanks must go to Ofcom for not banning the lexicon of chav, which I think is something we're all grateful for.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Okay. It's I can't work out if time's... Are we?
I'm just thinking, we've had more this week than all the weeks I've been on, and we're absolutely tearing through it.
Yeah, it's
we're going to
true.
have to slow down a bit.
We are. I mean, the thing is, we haven't got to that first match.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot about the match, football and all that.
Yeah, every now and again we have to talk about it.
Rubbish.
Okay, for now, let me just do this quickly.
It's the franchise. It's the franchise watch. It's the franchise watch. It's the franchise watch.
For those of you who don't listen regularly or at all or anything like that, the Franchise Watch is where we round up what everyone in the world is saying about us. And I'm going to start with this one because I want to read this first one.
Good.
You have to be in awe of how good MK Dons are and were today. You can see the change in them between this season and the previous two in that they're more direct, but not in a hoofball sense. In previous years, they would often pass for passing's sake, but now they head straight for goal with a clear emphasis on scoring and creating chances. They were far ahead of us in individual quality, style of play and organisation. It's scary. There wasn't 17 league places between us at times today. It felt like leagues of difference. There's still a nasty streak they don't need, but they were streets ahead of us today. Despite their origins, you can't help but admire their style of play and root for them to go up. Anyway, thanks for that, Mum.
Got to say, that was a great tweet, wasn't it?
Wasn't it just, yeah. What else we got?
And carrying on with that very same theme, if MK Dons get promoted to the Championship, it will be a sad day for football. Absolutely nothing club with no fans.
Another one that says, yes, it's just a shame. They'd still average 7,000 fans in the Championship.
I saw some tweets earlier telling MK Dons to F off. This is unacceptable. Tweets should say, F off you franchise beastwoods.
Hate everything about MK Dons, franchise beastwoods.
MK Dons are hosting an exhibition called The Franchise Show today. How remarkably poetic.
And I love the follow-up to that. Are all the exhibits there based 70 miles away? People are so much funnier than we are. It's brilliant.
Why are MK Dons called franchise?
I actually saw that one. I
Yeah,
thought
it was they call franchise. I was like, it hadn't had a response when I looked either. I can't remember if I did or not.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Did I?
Yes,
Was I funny?
You were, yeah,
all right.
and they've ignored it, which is probably why.
Yay!
Anyway, where were we? MK are always on the brink of promotion. It doesn't matter if they ever get to the Prem, they will never be the real Wimbledon.
Bless.
Read it out, Alby.
Yeah, so you know that thing
What?
where it's your turn.
Okay, right. Watching the real Wimbledon and looking at the hashtag MK Dons on here made me remember how much we should all dislike MK Dons.
Not really MK's fault. Club was moved to save it. Should admire how far they've come in such a short time. Hey. Thank you, studio audience. Yeah, feel free to join in on these things and cheer or jeer as much as you like.
Amazing how everyone in the media selectively forget that the franchise that beat us in 88 was in fact MK Dons.
I think this is poetic. I've got this one. This is Super Dario Land off of Twitter. He says, hope MK Dons go up. I won't have to suffer losing 10-1. And you're actually wrong, because it's 11-1.
It's 11-1, yeah. And didn't we score the one? Wasn't the one an own goal?
I think we did, yeah. We'll have the lot. We'll score everyone.
Personally, I hope that they just go bust and disappear altogether.
Hooray! The Dons are a much better side, big and strong, but skillful with it.
The score was embarrassing, but it didn't flatter MKD as they were that good.
Ali ripped us apart.
I would say that they're the best team here in L1 and far better than Preston and Bristol City that I saw down here.
They were brilliant, slick, quick and fast, and we couldn't live with them at all in the first half and thought it were a case of how many, really.
Thank
I
you
have
for
no idea what that was.
Ian McMillan. I missed the last goal as I left 5 minutes from the end as I was frozen through, but heard the roar of away fans and suspected that they'd scored again.
There's no flies on here.
11-0 they've beaten us this season, and that has really flattered us.
MK were up for it
We're all doing Robbo impersonations.
from the very start and were much quicker to ball than we were throughout this tiresome match.
MK Dons are a top side, and I'll be very surprised if they don't get promo this year.
The best team won men against boys in several positions.
I've seen that film.
I thought a cameo of the game was the last goal.
This is going to be the show that Ofcom are going to listen to.
You know that little bit of editing you were talking about earlier on, anyway. I thought a cameo of this game was the last goal. 4-0 up in the 90th minute, and they were fighting for a goal as if they were 1-0 down. A promotion team playing against the youth team.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Seclo Sounds because you have impeccably good taste.
Let's be honest, 50 was quite a good number, wasn't it?
50 was a great number, yeah.
That's a good innings.
The 50th and last episode of the show. Anyway, roundabouts. I'm guessing we've got something somewhere.
We have, again, quite a few guests in. I've picked a couple out here for you. One is slightly better than the other one. Tammy from Netherfield asked this Roman roundabout. She drives around it 4 times every single day and thinks it should get an inclusion at some stage. Well, Tammy, it's a good try. It's not Roman this week, but keep listening and you never know. But this one is absolutely brilliant. Sherlock, although we're not sure if that's his real name or not, has sent the following in. Huck could suggest Connie, which would be Coniborough, but that's too straightforward. Straightforward could indicate Watling Street, built by the Romans, which could make it Roman roundabout. But as Tammy was wrong, and it's not that, I suspect, although a suspect is somebody the police arrest, which could indicate Witton. Witton sounds like rattan, which is a palm. A palm's in the centre of your hand, and you have a hand in playing cards. Cards are made from pulped wood, so it's got to be, quite elementary, Shenley Wood roundabout. That's wrong.
A work of genius.
But that is brilliant.
That's better than anything we've ever done.
Yep.
Crazed fools that listen to this show.
And Sherlock, you're wrong.
Yes, absolutely wrong, but absolutely brilliant. Okay, let me do this quickly. Let's just a bit of a plug for Darren, because we like Darren.
Hi, blessings to each and every one of you. Join me, Darren Hoy, with the Reggae Takeover Show for 2 hours of the finest reggae vibes, each and every Wednesday, 9 through to 11 p.m, here on Seclo Sounds. Don't miss out on your weekly Sunshine Fix, featuring Roots, Rude Boy, Dub, Lovers Rock, Ska, One Drop, and much, much more. So go on, give your sound system a treat. Join me, wind down low, and skank the night away. One love. That's Wednesdays, 9 through to 11 p.m, live on Seclo Sounds.
Itch it up, my selector.
Okay, you're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Secklow Sounds, and we actually did have a match some time ago. Crewe, talk to me about who. Hans?
Remember when I said kind of hand or something along those lines last week? I remarkably went.
You went to an away match?
I went.
My word, that's impressive.
A knight in shining armour, no less, as well.
Funnily enough, I texted my dad at midnight and I said to him, what are you doing tomorrow? And
he said, I'll tell you next week. Long run. So we're bringing back all the old stuff, aren't we?
And he said nothing. I said, do you fancy going to Stevenage to watch Stevenage play? And he said, well, why do you want to go to Stevenage? And I said, because we haven't got a match. So why don't we go to Crewe? I said, you're joking. And he said, no. So we ended up going to Crewe.
Excellent.
Just quick decision like that. We went to Crewe, and it was our biggest away win of the season, and it was remarkable. Although I would like to say Crewe are absolutely dreadful. We were sensational, and it could have quite easily been 7 or 8. Really could have.
No hand.
No hand.
No, I was out that night.
I was really gutted. I had a gig, so I was.
I had a gig.
Did you have a gig? As in watching or playing?
Yeah, watching me.
Anyway, were any of the crowd there?
Yeah, sorry, studio audience. Anyone there?
No hand, we were both at the darts dressed as pirates.
Well, you know what?
That's a fair enough excuse.
Practicing for the last away game, though. That's what was going on.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay,
Proper
so
fans.
I mean, talk me through it. It was presumably a rather wonderful experience.
What was the pitch like on real life, Al? Because on the telly it looked absolutely terrible.
It was a bad pitch, but I've seen worse. We were sat quite close to the front, and it was cutting up very, very easily. But it didn't stop us from playing any decent football or anything. But I don't know. I'd say if we'd been there maybe last year or the past couple of times we've been there, have been around this time of year on a Tuesday night. If we played this game last year, even on a Saturday, we probably would have struggled on that pitch. But the way that we've been playing a bit more direct this year, we coped with it all right, to be honest. But it was pretty poor.
Would you say, by your professional observations,
yes,
the pitch could have been a factor in Griggs' injury before the game?
Right, was he injured before the...
I don't know. He turned his ankle, didn't he? Because
warming up, yeah.
There were a few of us who didn't quite know what was going on, but we heard that he had turned his ankle away. But maybe, I'd say if it happened in the warm up, then you wouldn't want to play an injured player on that.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I'm talking very professional here because I went to the match.
Yeah, I'm just impressed. We're just sitting back and letting you go. It's like, we were just popping down the pub for a while.
The goals were good. Bod's goal, I enjoyed that.
And you know what? He was brilliant on Saturday.
Was he really?
Particularly
chuffed to bits with that.
I'm very
enjoyed
chuffed.
the guy on that, whatever the MooCamp's called this weather, who said, "What on earth is he doing playing towards that front?"
Yes.
I loved it. Well done to you, mate.
And it was what's he doing playing Bowes? It was essentially he can't select a team for Toffee. Then we go and win 5-0 with Bowes playing sensationally.
I'd honestly say that Bowes was probably our man of the match as well. It wasn't just it wasn't just a case of him playing well in a 5-0 win where everybody looks alright. So you can't really say Bowes was great. He was honestly he led from the front like he did 2 or 3 years ago. Brilliantly, but we were top of the league.
Who was it on the roundabout? Can we name and shame?
I can't.
Yeah, who was it on the roundabout?
Any longer?
Quick question from Dano MK saying, was there really 4,000 odd gate at Crewe? What do you think? How many were there? Presumably not of us.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I don't know because it's a very different kind of stadium. Their big stand.
Yeah, they got a massive stand.
They've got a huge stand which
it can look empty but still have a lot of people in it.
Yeah, very, familiarly. But they didn't look like there was an executive box or anything, and pretty much everybody was in there. But I'd say probably about 3,000 to 4,000 is probably about right. Yeah, but they count season tickets, don't they? So it's probably one of them.
Powley's goal was very good as well.
Oh yeah, Well, the volley.
Oh, it was lovely.
Very, very good.
Lisa's apparently said, sorry, there apparently were 4,000 odd there, but only after, I can't read it, Alby had rescued them all from the hard shoulder of the M6.
Oh, they broke down, didn't they?
Yep, modders will know that when I get in a car as a passenger, in case the police are listening, I enjoy a good few alcoholic beverages. We had to stop at the M6 toll for a quick toilet break.
It's expensive, that.
And yeah, it was. And straight away after
nice
the
toilet,
next...
sir.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Remember that time old Wolfie was standing outside with a massive crate of beer drinking it?
I don't
Never forget that.
We had to stop off at the next ones because I was intoxicated. Went in, toilet, come back out, and my dad said, could you go and find these people that we're giving a lift to? And I said, what? And apparently, Bonzo come over and said that they